right, everybody, welcome back to some breaking news. Russell Wilson to sign with the Steelers as of about 8:40 Pacific Standard Time, so 11:40 if you're on the Eastern time zone. Big news though. This is the biggest or the first major free agents signing, I should say, to a new team. Obviously, Chris Jones signed that massive contract with the Chiefs to re-sign there for 5 years, 95 mil. Baker Mayfield re-signed with the Bucks for 3 years, 100. This one's big though because we knew Russell Wilson was not going to return to the Broncos. Obviously, they released him, $85 million in dead cap. Huge hit. But like I said, as I'm looking at right here on X or Twitter, whatever you still call it, go follow me at RossiOnYT. Link will be in the description, and of course, if you can see and read, you can also just spell out my name and search that up. But go follow me. We'll be keeping up with everything NFL free agency. If you guys want to see a live stream, maybe after day one of free agency on Wednesday, I can totally do that. But y'all let me know down in the comments below if you want to see that. But as for Russell Wilson and the Steelers, what does this mean? I believe what I saw was, I think it was Schefter that first reported it, but obviously Rap Sheet here tagged for the NFL account. Russell Wilson only signed a 1-year, $1.2 million deal, I believe, partially due to the fact that you might think, that contract is nothing. Well, the Broncos still owe him $39 million this year, or whatever it was, $35 million. So he's getting a ton of money from the Broncos, not even playing over there. He's just taking this opportunity to try and, revitalize, get back on the track that he was when he was in Seattle all those years, and maybe put together a Pro Bowl, All-Pro season, whatever it may be. But the Steelers and Mike Tomlin said they wanted to bring in quarterback competition for Kenny Pickett. Well, this is some competition for Kenny Pickett. Now, if Pickett ends up being the starter week one, I think that speaks volume into what he did in camp and how much he developed in the offseason. Russell Wilson, though, will be a very good quarterback if Russ ends up starting and Pickett's benched for Pickett to sit behind, learn from. I mean, Russ has been in Super Bowls. He's been in big playoff games. He's done just about all you can do as an NFL quarterback. Some people may not like him, think he's very good, but he could definitely give Kenny Pickett some pointers and possibly get himself a bigger contract next year if he looks like the old Russ that we saw in Seattle. So obviously the Steelers, they still have a lot of things that they got to kind of figure out. Deontay Johnson sounds like he's on the trade block. They just released Allen Robinson, I believe, yesterday or 2 days ago. So that's another big thing. As we look, I'm just switched it over to Spot Track, by the way. It's what I use for all contracts and stuff to look at them. But obviously Deontay Johnson up here, $14.9 million. That's a big number. So I wouldn't be surprised if you were to see him traded. I know teams like the Giants are looking for receivers. Maybe the Broncos, they just traded away Jerry Jeudy. Maybe they're looking for another option in that Sean Payton offense. He's going to definitely have suitors if he is actually on the trade block, and it does sound like he is. So it'll be interesting to see what they do in free agency. They're at a current 18.3 for cap space right now. Should go down to about 17.3 with Russ on contract, because I can't imagine they already have his contract on here. Yeah, they do not. So it'll be interesting. Obviously, the Steelers could definitely use an inside linebacker. They could definitely use some more secondary help. They released Patrick Peterson, offensive line help. So Russ only signing for 1.2 mil still gives a lot of flexibility to either trade and then go sign a big free agent, or just straight up sign a big free agent and then a couple depth pieces go into the draft. It'll be very interesting to see what the Steelers do. I did not expect Russell Wilson to sign quickly, if I'm being completely honest. It is crazy. Oh, here it is. $38 million the Broncos will be paying Russell Wilson. So, yeah, pretty nuts to say the least. Dude, this Bleacher Report one with George Pickens' head, that just doesn't even look like his head should be on this body, man. It just same with Russ though. I mean, doing both of them dirty. But what a time, man. The NFL is undefeated. It really is. Free agency is always a blast. And we're just kicking things off. Obviously, Fletcher Cox retired today as well, so that's other news. I don't really have much to say about that outside of I'm glad he doesn't have to sack Daniel Jones twice a year anymore. So, and for Giants fans who think the Giants aren't trying to get off Daniel Jones, in my opinion, he also visited with the Giants. So keep that in mind when we're going into draft night. The Giants could be very aggressive on draft night. Time will tell in that aspect. I don't think the Giants will go out and sign a big name quarterback like a Kirk Cousins or even have any sort of contract negotiations with a guy like that. Just too much money, and that's not what I think they want to do. They want to go with a younger route. Justin Fields, I think, is definitely in play. I think with Brian Dable, he could definitely get the most out of him. Not saying that the Giants will trade with him or for him, but that's partially because we don't know the Bears' plan yet. So, but what a way to start off the week. I mean, it is just now 9 o'clock here, West Coast time. So it is Monday, March 11th on the East Coast, and it is officially the offseason, people. So buckle up because this one is going to be a doozy. The 49ers also released Eric Armstead today, not too long ago either. That was like 2 or 3 hours ago, it felt like. So, for one, the D-tackle market is insane, along with the safeties. They're going to be flying off, I imagine, in the first couple days. And there's going to be some pretty happy fans, I have to imagine, when whatever team Christian Wilkins ends up on, Eric Armstead, Justin Simmons, Xavier McKinney, there's going to be some happy fans in the early part of this week. So, and not to mention the offensive side of the things, the O-line market is looking pretty decent, especially on the interior. The running back will be really interesting, especially with Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry, and Josh Jacobs for that matter. So, like I said, buckle up, get your popcorn ready, get your beer ready if you're of age, get your orange juice if you are not, and hey, let's just have fun, man. The hype is about to start for next season. All of my teams going to the Super Bowl next season because we did X, Y, and Z. So it's going to be fun. Yet again, though, let me know if y'all want to see me live stream on Wednesday after the first day of free agency, because I might do it anyways, but if y'all, back that, then I definitely will. But outside of that, mock draft Monday, tomorrow, 2-round mock draft, so keep that in mind. And I will see you then. So thank you guys so much for watching. Russell Wilson is in the black and yellow now in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh fans, how you feeling?